Hi everyone, today we're going to talk all about the chef's table on board Symphony of the Seas. Recently sailed on Symphony on a 7-day cruise out of Bayonne, New Jersey. Actually sailed 2 months in a row, September, the early part of September from the 8th to the 15th. And then I sailed in October for Halloween from the 27th to whatever date it was in November, early November, November 2nd. And I had a really great time. I did the chef's table. I've done chef's table a number of times now, probably 8 or 9 times on Royal. I really love it. I think it's amazing. And this one was a little bit disappointing, but let's go get into it. Hi everyone, John here from Byte Size Cruises. Thank you for coming to check out this video. Really appreciate it. Today we're going to talk all about chef's table on board Symphony of the Seas. If you're new here, we're a travel agency trying to give you the best information possible about cruising so that you can plan on going on an amazing cruise vacation. If that sounds good, we'd love for you to like this video and subscribe if you find it helpful or useful, and come along with us on this fun cruise journey. Today we're going to talk all about the chef's table on board the Symphony of the Seas. So let's get into this a little bit. I love where this is held. It's held in the Solarium Bistro, which is beautiful. So first up, you meet ahead of time. Usually you get, this one was weird for a whole number of reasons, and I'll go into each of them. But usually for chef's table, you get an invitation in your room, which is basically just like a nice little card. Somebody calls you the day before to confirm, which they did do that part of it. We did not get an invitation in the room. There was nothing in the room at all. We did get a call the day of asking us to switch from the late iteration of the chef's table at 8:30 to the early iteration at 6 p.m. I actually thought this was going to be a good thing. We only booked the 8:30 because it was the only one available, and we don't really stay up late anyway, so staying up from 8:30 till like God knows what time was not, I didn't think it was going to be great. However, it was fine. We were ready to go. We would have done it. It would have been great. In retrospect, that decision and them canceling the second one, I think affected the quality of the first one. So this is a very intimate dinner. There's only 12 to 14 people at chef's table. You meet at Vintages. So we met at Vintages. We were there at 6 p.m. I knew we were in a little bit of a pickle right away. So we met our host for the evening. They basically have you basically have a person there who is going to take care of you. They introduce themselves. They're your server for the evening, but it's really more than that. They're a host for the whole event. They explain everything. They introduce you to the chefs. They talk about each course. And it just is like something that ties together the whole experience. So we met our host. I'm not going to give his name because I'm going to be a little bit critical of some things, and I don't like to do that. So right off the bat, things were taking a little bit longer than usual. So we were just sitting there with all the people seemed to be there by about 5 after. We sat there until about 20 after before he came out. Then they bring out champagne. Generally then you go up. Champagne's usually there and ready when you start, and then he gives a little spiel about the chef's table, do some introductions, where's everybody from, the typical stuff, icebreakers, and then while you're drinking your champagne, and then you head up. We didn't head up till after 6:30, and we headed up to the Solarium Bistro, all still well. Some early red flags, such as being late, and some of the banter was just wild, so whatever. So we get up there, and we sit down for dinner, and everybody seems to be really nice, and we get started, and right away, it just feels like it's going to be a long night. And I think what happens generally is there are 2 seatings for chef's table, 6 and 8:30. So therefore that first seating can't go past like 7:30, 8 o'clock because you have another one coming in at 8:30. So they have to break it down, reset up the tables. They have to cook, he has to get the settings and the drinks done. So I would say like 8 o'clock would be the absolute latest, so 2 hours tops. So let's go through the meal because the meal is rather spectacular. So first course is scallop carpaccio. Excellent as always. It comes with like a yuzu vinaigrette and some crispy quinoa. And each one of these dishes comes with a glass of wine. I don't drink all that much, but it's nice. I taste them. The first one was a Pinot Grigio. It's great. It's fine. All's good. So that course is great. Here's my first issue that took a long time. It's already almost 7 o'clock before we're done the first course. And it just seems like this is going to be a really long night. So I don't generally have a problem. My other issue that I'll talk about just briefly is there are a lot of people who go to Chef's Table who have been there before. Almost everybody at our table had done several iterations of Chef's Table on different ships. It is nice that it's in a different place on a lot of different ships. It is on the Oasis class, usually in the Solarian Bistro, but they all look different, slightly different. So that's really nice. And I've done it on Oasis and now Symphony on the Oasis class. And it was really beautiful. I won't say anything about that. It was great. My only other thing is it'd be nice if every once in a while they switched up the menu, and that is super nitpicky. So that's just me being lucky enough to do this a bunch of times. It would be nice every once in a while if they switched up the menu. They don't have to, believe me. The menu is not the issue here. So second course, smoked tomato soup with some croutons and Parmesan. The smoked tomato soup is really, really, really spectacular. That comes with a Chardonnay. Again, at this point, it's like 7:30-ish. By the time we're done those two courses, they're taking a very long time. And there's a lot of like weird banter in between each course. The chef is coming out and he's talking, and the server's not really letting him talk. He's telling him to hurry up. And he's struggling a little bit to speak, which is totally fine. They're chefs. Like, nobody's expecting him to be well-spoken. So it winds up being that the server is explaining the course, and then the chef is explaining the course again because the server didn't feel like he was going to do it good enough. I don't know what the situation was. But again, so far, first two courses, the food is amazing. So third course, the main lobster salad. This is one of my favorite ones. You get little pieces of lobster with some pineapple, cilantro, vanilla dressing. It's really, really good. Then you go on to your main courses. You get the roasted branzino with some zucchini, peppers, pesto sauce. This was good. It was fine. It wasn't great. It's usually better. No big deal. Again, the food is not the issue here. That comes with another Chardonnay. The last course came with a Sauvignon Blanc. And then you go to your grilled filet mignon. This comes with a red wine, a Cabernet Sauvignon. It has truffle potato puree, asparagus, and a Bordelaise sauce. And again, excellent. But at this point, it is close to 9 o'clock. Keep in mind, we met at 6. It's now close to 9. And at this point, the ship was rocking a decent amount. And Judy, my girlfriend, it was her first cruise ever. And she started to have like a little panic attack about the ship rocking. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like anybody was going to get seasick. It was just a foreign feeling to her. And we had been there for 3 hours already, and she was kind of done. And she's like, hey, I'm not feeling great. And I was like, hey, let's go. We're going to Wonderland tomorrow. You're going to get the world dessert at Wonderland, which is the ending of Chef's Table. So no harm, no foul. We left. They didn't get out of there till 9:45. We talked to some of the other people. So it's 3 hours and 45 minutes for Chef's Table. It's just too long. And there was just some weird things about it. Keep in mind, the food was great. Filet mignon was great. I'm sure the world was great, even though we didn't have it. We had it the next night. I'll show you the little video of Judy getting the world. But it was really, really good. The food is great. Here's my opinion. I still highly recommend the Chef's Table. I think it's an amazing experience. It's wonderful. You get some great food. The chefs are great. The servers are great. Everyone there is good. I think it was a weird situation with the second one being canceled, and it just left them too much of a ramp to not worry about time, and there was no ending in sight. So other than that, it was really good. Again, I still highly recommend it. I think it's a wonderful experience. If you're on the ledge of trying the Chef's Table or not, try it. We've done it on Enchantment. We've done it on Oasis. Now Symphony. I've done it on, and maybe one other ship, multiple times on some of those ships. So it's really good. Check it out. I highly recommend it. I just love to be honest. I want to be transparent with all of our reviews and everything that we talk about. I don't complain. I don't want to complain about it. It wasn't a bad experience. It was just too long. So that's the experience that we had. Also remember, anytime we do a food review, people make all kinds of out-of-pocket comments like, this is terrible, or this is great, or you didn't like this and I love this. Every night on a cruise, the food could be slightly different. I have different food experiences from you. So just take everything with a grain of salt. Go try things. Don't worry about what anyone says on any of these YouTube videos. If you want to go experience something, go do it, check it out, and let us know what you thought. We value your opinion as well. Thanks so much. I appreciate you watching. Hope you have a wonderful day. Happy cruising. We'll see you next time. Bye.